Bet, boys, we got 1 hour and 25 minutes. Get that $1,000 off of me, off of me, off of me. I can maybe pay my way to get to where I can play my game anytime I want. Imagine.
I'll probably waste it on like the VR. More headsets in case I break this one.
I'd give it to my dad if I won $1,000.
I'll buy VR. And then I'll jump off a bridge. With no water, no parachute. Yeah, that's exactly what I would do. It was not pretty extreme.
Not really. How many points do you need to qualify? 400?
Yeah.
That's crap. That means you'd have to like win like 5 games.
I'm just playing. You need 60. Hey, what up, fool? RJ. You wanna play trios?
Dude, there's a solo tournament. The actual good one.
Oh shit, there's a tournament? Oh wait, hold up. Alright,
yeah, it's solo. There's only 1 hour left on it though.
In 35 minutes.
Really?
Don't worry about it, boys.
I mean, it is just a solo, so you can't make no comparison by yourself. Oh, split, yeah. Yeah, 5 VR headsets. Like Eddie VR.
Charge shotgun, let's go.
Did you watch any videos from girlfriend?
Pop these minis.
Oh, it's funny. What? It's barbecue.
They gotta work.
Alright.
Oh yeah, and RJ, I think you can only play 10 matches. You there, RJ? Yeah. RJ.
What?
You can only play 10 matches, by the way.
I know.
Pretty gay, but...
The last tournament I scored 60 on it.
Easy point, easy point, easy point. Stupid move by him. Two points? How did I get 2 points? I didn't kill one person.
I'm playing fuck in the tournament.
Yeah, I'm playing the tournament. I got 1 point.
1 point? How many matches have you played? 1?
Yeah, this is my first one. I've already been starting right now.
My fucking first match, I think I scored like 9. But that was like 3 kills left.
I'm gonna have to mute y'all real quick so I can focus, okay?
The guys are by definition noisy spirits who do things like this to get attention. Daniel and his family have become somewhat accustomed to its presence.
My wife, she calls the ghost William. One day she stood at the counter, and my wife says, "I'm just going to say hello to William." And this thing with all the business cards just came crashing down, just missed her. It was as if to say, the ghost was sort of saying hello to her. And like letting her didn't know you were there.
Despite the shop's many unexplained occurrences, Daniel remains on the lookout for any more reasonable explanations.
I'm very skeptical. If I'd seen some of the things happen on the internet from another shop, I thought, oh, they're making it up for like publicity. But it's very weird that I've tried to recreate them, and you just can't. It's really bizarre.
Stonehenge is one of the most recognizable sites in the world. Some speculate that the centuries-old unexplained rock structure in the middle of England could be the work of extraterrestrials. But if you ask locals near this ancient wonder of the world, those extraterrestrials have recently migrated just up the road from the legendary formation. The 25-minute drive from Stonehenge, Clay Hill in Wiltshire is a documented off innocuous enough, as two aircrafts fly side by side at a seemingly normal speed through the cloudy gray sky. But watch closely as the aircrafts fly behind the hill. Suddenly, two aircrafts turned into five. And the five somehow reversed direction on a dime in synchronized fashion.
As you watch it, the two find friends. And then there's more of them. So clearly not just drones. The more you watch it, the more mystifying it becomes.
The five aircrafts continue to fly back and forth in complete synchronicity until they disappeared behind the hill one more time. Where they once again turned back into two aircrafts instead of five.
These lights that join together and kept breaking apart, joining together and breaking apart, seemingly cyclical, but not in a defined pattern. So it wasn't like something that was a reflection from a Ferris wheel or something that was fixed on the ground.
The two aircrafts continued to fly together until they finally disappeared into the distance. So what was it that attracted these things to this place? Was it the proximity to Stonehenge? Or could it have been related to the nearby hill?
Clay Hill has an old Iron Age fort there in ruins. So we've got a potentially historic site, if not a sacred site. And it's located in a part of Wiltshire where there has been historically a lot of UFO activity and a lot of crop circle activity.
This footage was actually captured not too far from Warminster, a town that is famous for its UFO sightings. Back in the 1960s, they were regularly tormented by black triangles that they referred to as the Warminster things.
Far away. 2 points first match, not good.
The technology that it would take to replicate that.
At least not any technology that's been publicly acknowledged. But the question must be asked. Are there some governments out there that secretly possess military aircrafts with capabilities of seemingly extraterrestrial origin?
There are military planes that fly around Wiltshire on all kinds of maneuvers. So some of these lights could be related to military craft. We don't know what they are or what they're doing.
It seems as if there is a correlation with military bases and UFO activity. Now, perhaps that's because this is a technology that we don't know about yet, or perhaps extraterrestrials and intelligent life elsewhere know that those are where our military installations are. And, of course, if they would want to wage an attack or get to know secret documents, that's where they would be.
Definitive answers about these strange craft may not be provided by official channels, but theories as to their origins continue to spread from those seeking the truth.
It's a common trope with conspiracy theorists that since the Roswell crash, the advancement of our technology has exponentially jumped. Technology is getting smaller. Look at all the integration of electronics that we have in almost every facet of our life. Is that a coincidence? Conspiracy theorists would like to say it comes from somewhere outside of our planet.
Coming up, terrifying phantom phone calls. And a rare sighting of an elusive monster.
It's creepy.
I want a TV.
Well, Christina has it all by design. All new episodes of Christina on the Coast. Thursday, August 6th at 9. Only on HGTV and HGTV Go.
I wrote my name in yellow paint, hanging on my doorstep out to my home. Sometimes I saw a castle, sometimes I'm bed and just one wall. But it was my disguise, it was my shelter, was my home.
Rock on, baby, rock on. Boo-boo! Boo-boo! Get down.
Whenever your phone has a new voicemail, it's usually from a loved one, a work colleague, or perhaps an unwanted telemarketer. But for one Alberta, Canada resident, the messages in his voicemail box weren't from any of the usual suspects. They were from the dead. When a young family moved into a house in Penhold, Canada in 2009, strange things started happening immediately. Strange enough that they reached out to paranormal investigative team Rona and Ben Anderson.
My name is Rona Anderson. I am a paranormal investigator and also a psychic medium that communicates with spirits that have not crossed over. We had received an email from the woman who lived in this house. From what she described, there was definitely some kind of paranormal activity going on. She had deep scratches on her back. She could hear talking at night when she was trying to sleep, and a lot of dark shadow figures.
When the Andersons arrived, they quickly detected that the spirits of two deceased men haunted the house.
I had picked up that they had been into some really dark stuff, not only drugs, but also kidnapping small animals and doing things to them. And when I was in the basement, I detected that there had been a pentagram on the floor that had been scrubbed over.
When Rona attempted to rid the house of the spirits, they decided to fight back. This time, targeting the haunted woman's husband.
He just all of a sudden looked at his phone and saw that he had 2 voice messages, and when he listened to them, he called Ben, and then Ben called me from the basement, and I came running up, and we all listened to it. The creepy voicemail of screaming, a voice that sounds almost demonic in nature, has been documented on other kinds of hauntings, and I've even had it happen to myself. I was in the basement trying to send them into the light, as we call it. I think the 2 spirits were trying to scare him into shutting down what I was doing in the basement because they didn't want to leave.
Given what these people were doing concurrently when the messages came through, this probably wasn't a coincidence. It just seems too specific to the situation at hand.
The idea that you can capture a disembodied voice out of thin air with a simple electronic device opens so many doors. The possibilities are endless, quite frankly. Where these things could be coming from, are they interdimensional? Are they paranormal? Are they ghostly? What is it? The mystery is pretty much the scariest part of this.
I was just sitting where you were, and my voice just started like ringing nothing.
Surprisingly, this type of haunting is more common than you might think.
obviously ghosted, pick up the cell phone, or know the guy's phone number to call. It was, hey, I've got this message that I want to get to you, and the only way that I can get it to you is to focus my energy onto some kind of recording media. This has been happening for as long as recording media has been around.
I've gotten phone calls where I've gotten weird messages under strange circumstances, crying, wailing, and always on an unknown number.
What the spirits are trying to do is get your attention, or if they're negative spirits, not only get your attention, but scare the heck out of you. Because once they scare you, they actually do absorb energy from your fear.
Perhaps this incident provided the spirits with the energy they needed, because they were never heard from again.
That was the end of it. We never heard anything back that they had any more things going on. Eventually they did move, because if you have something like this and you've never experienced the paranormal, even after the paranormal beings have been removed, a lot of these people still can't live there.
Since humanity began staking its claim in the wilderness, legends have been passed down of a mysterious, untamed creature lurking at the edges of civilization. Most people know it as Bigfoot. But despite Bigfoot's celebrated stature, so few have ever laid eyes on the enigmatic cryptid. A recent video from a Washington State father and son showed just how elusive it can be.
The Bigfoot are spoken of in legend all around the world. You have the Yeti, you know, the big great white ape of the Himalayas. They're all over the world, and people are always talking about them.
Whatever the name is, whatever the classification in a particular culture, there is always a legend about a large, humanoid, hairy, ape-like creature that is very elusive, almost impossible to track down.
But Bigfoot's reclusive reputation didn't intimidate Howard Lusk and his son Gunnar. On one fateful summer day in 2018, the pair set out to an area well known to local Bigfoot hunters in hopes of laying eyes on the creature. But they almost missed the sighting of a lifetime.
There's not even a game trail. There's nothing. My name's Howard, and my son Gunnar actually took the video on a hike up in the Northern Cascades in Washington State.
Washington is a hotbed for Bigfoot Sasquatch sightings, and it seems to be their perfect habitat. The forests are very dense, very easy for them to elude us in that they just have to duck behind one of those many, many trees.
We actually didn't realize what we shot until we got home, but we were hiking through the woods up a fairly steep mountainside, kind of rolling terrain in the trees, just a big sea of trees. I had my phone going, he had his phone going. He zooms in on it and then he zooms back out. And I asked him if he saw anything, and he said no, he did not see anything. We found it when we got home.
What they saw upon reviewing the footage, in fact, looked like a Bigfoot staring back at them.
This figure looks almost the perfect image of the Bigfoot that we've come to know through people's descriptions.
You can see the silhouette, the shoulders, the head. You can even make out lighter patches of the chest that could resemble packs.
We pretty much hit the floor when we found out what we got.
Since Bigfoot is historically thought of as a hulking, towering presence, there's been one common criticism of the footage among skeptics.
Traditionally, Bigfoot is much larger, about 6 feet tall, 6.5 feet tall, a larger gaze, larger shoulders, and you sort of see it stalking the tree line. This is much smaller than that.
Bigfoot believers believe that Bigfoot is a descendant of a Miocene ape called Gigantopithecus. It was supposed to be around like 8 to 10 feet in length.
But there are individuals who say they see smaller ones, as though they might be juveniles, for example, or maybe some other kind of species that might be spotted less frequently than the larger ones.
From what I understand, I had never actually seen one, but I hear they come in all shapes and sizes. I mean, big one spawns.
Bro, mute your mic. I gotta focus on this. It's the tournament, and I'm in. Thank you.
Size might not be the only reason for its mythical elusiveness.
There are some Bigfoot believers that do think that Bigfoot could move between dimensions. The case for Bigfoot being interdimensional has gained a lot of ground among researchers, but Bigfoot exhibits a lot of characteristics that Earth animals and creatures do not. It has the ability to be invisible and can bilocate or teleport itself very quickly from one location to another. These are all according to eyewitness reports.
If this Bigfoot did indeed teleport, Howard and Gunnar, for their part, are thankful they got a chance to spot it, even for a few seconds.
To get this kind of shot, it's this is about as good as it gets for people in this field.
Coming up, a child who doesn't just wish she could fly.
What will be the first thing you do as soon as you're able? At IKEA, we wondered that too. We found that people didn't say catching a new movie or going on a trip. It was to simply be with loved ones. Having that first hug, sharing that first meal together, and showing off the good news. We know you can't wait to welcome people back into your home, and neither can we. Let's get ready for what's next. IKEA.
T-Mobile and Sprint have merged. Now that Sprint is part of T-Mobile, we have more towers, more engineers, and more coverage than ever before. This is not just a bigger network, it's a better one. And now you can get an awesome network at an amazing price. Welcome to T-Mobile, America's largest 5G network.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Late July tortillas are created with a recipe perfected over time. Each chip toasted, then crisped for a delicate crunch. It's passionate craft, meats, sea salt, and lime. Late July, bring out the good chips.
Kids are this crazy.
Mom, Lazarus, keep it quiet down here.
I want a TV.
No, Christina handles it all by design. All 2 episodes of Christina on the Coast, Thursday, August 9, only on HGTV and HGTV Go.
For better or worse, Russia has developed a worldwide reputation for secrecy, spawned over decades of the Cold War and the Soviet Union. And at 22 people per square mile, it's a mystery. That's why videos like the one we're about to show you are especially unnerving. A man was walking in the woods of Russia with his dog Tarzan when something captured Tarzan's attention. The man attempted to retrieve Tarzan, but the dog ran away from his owner and towards something off camera. The camera followed Tarzan's path before finally revealing a young girl levitating in the middle of the woods under the watchful eye of an older woman. But by the time Tarzan barked towards the young girl and the woman, they're already on the ground, running further into the woods and taking any potentially reasonable explanations with them.
When you see the woman and the girl, it's truly bewildering. The posture of the child is unusual. Obviously, the fact that she's floating above the ground is unusual. Even the dog in the video seems perplexed by it.
Levitation is the easiest way that you can show to someone that you
have connection to the supernatural. It like instantly defies our understanding of the universe. So it's like a really quick visual way that you can establish that like, no, I don't follow the rules that you do.
A girl levitating. This takes you back to the days of Grimm and fairy tales, where witches live in hovels and kids often get lost and devoured. And what we see in this video is amazing. It's incredible. What's causing it or what's behind it, I couldn't even begin to tell you. And then the minute they realize they've been seen, they take off. Why?
In centuries past, there are cases of people levitating under certain circumstances. For example, the stories of some saints, like Joseph of Cupertino, include cases of levitation. And the levitation is made possible by their spiritual state. It usually occurs during intense contemplation or meditation. It's a rapturous state of consciousness that supposedly enables them, as a sign of their devotion, to lift off the ground. And Joseph of Cupertino was said to remain suspended in the air for substantial periods of time.
And the way Joseph is said to have levitated makes the comparison particularly noteworthy, considering the obvious similarities to the girl in the puzzling video.
Hey!
To a saint hundreds of years ago.
Stop this
Levitation is of the past. Right? There's plenty of things that human beings do that we just don't access on a daily basis. Is levitation one of them? Could this video be evidence that someone has accessed that part of their mind which allows them to float that way? Also, for the child, maybe the person she was doing the levitation and have be telekinetic powers. Fifth question.
Levitation is possible, maybe
Brian, can you get the dogs to be quiet? I'm trying to win $1,000. There's 2 people left. If I get first place, I can win $1,000.
Wanted to stay that way.
I don't know. I think there's it was done in Oregon or Ohio or, my backyard.
Leave it to the Russians to be able to pull something like this off.
Coming up, a shadow beast in the backyard.
I won! Yo! Let's go. Bro, Gilbert, I just won! I just won! In the actual good tournament. 22.
John, is that your first game?
No, it's my second match.
Nah, he's playing what's it called?
Daily Hype Cup.
Yeah.
I just won 3 eliminations.
I had 12 or 13 points, but then I got killed by a spammer with a burst.
Oh wow.
Light tortilla chips are created with a recipe perfected over time. Each chip toasted, then crisp.
Bro, let's go.
It's passion and craft meets be felt alive.
Wait, is it chapter 2, season 3?
Yeah, it's season 3. Bro, you know you can just break the middle, right? Yes, you can. I just broke it. I'm on the very top.
So, what do I need to get the money?
You need to get in. That's not the tournament. That's not the tournament. That's the tournament. That's like open division.
Hey, come here.
But there's what's it called? Oh, there you go, Tsunami. My God! No, this kid just broke me down. I ain't fighting for high ground, man. Bro, you didn't even fight for high ground, dude. You ran off too. I'm not playing that no more. I'm going back to lobby. I'm about to make a freaking hole, a big hole in my wall with the hammer, man. Bro, I made a hole in my wall with a fist. Wanna see the photo? Oh wait. Yeah. Alright, let's go. Hey, dude. Dude. Alright, TV. Is he being gay again? Or is he in game chat? Or did he meet us? I think he's just being gay, man. But who the freak is this kid? Kick this kid. I kick him. I don't want to play with him. I'm a high level higher than him. I'm way better. No, I'm just playing. Already. Bro, I can wreck you. He trash. He pop. I bet you $5 he have no mic. Huh? He probably broke it because you raged because it's trash. See? He's trash because he have no mic. Look, if he's not trash, he'll talk right now. No, I'm good. We can run creative if you want right now. No, I'm just playing, don't. Oh my God, what the freak is that? Sadie! Whoever's doing that, will mute him right now. Alright, there you go. Oh yeah, I remember this kid. Yeah. He's pretty good.
Hello?
Hey, what up, man?
Yeah, sorry if my mic was making that sound.
What this reminded me of was a supernatural creature that
Martel.
is reported to exist out west called a hide behind.
Huh?
And a hide behind is a creature of amorphous form that can make itself really narrow so that it fits behind tree trunks. And the hide behind has been used as a reason for the disappearance of loggers throughout history.
I'm seeing a lot of people suggest that it's a rake, but the behavior of the rake, it's really good at avoiding detection. We've taken another video since, and it avoided our motion camera lights, which I find to be really creepy, and also that it's intelligent.
It seemed to be averting the lights. It completely tried to stay off camera. So if this was something, it was cognizant that it was being filmed, or at least being watched.
As of the beginning of 2019, Maddie and her husband were still hearing sounds.
dealing with. And even if Maddie and her husband do eventually capture the object on camera again, chances are they still won't even know what they're dealing with.
There are unexplained animals in this world. Usually, they come upon you when you least expect them.
Coming up, apparitions at sea.
Right now, we're at a crossroads. We see what can happen when we elect a leader who turns to divide us. As president, Joe Biden will report by growing the economy that works for working families, getting small businesses back on their feet, and expanding access to affordable health care. Joe Biden will lead us on the path forward, paving the opportunity for us all. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Late July tortillas are created with a recipe perfected over time. Each chip toasted, then crisped for a delicate crunch. It's passionate craft. Meat, sea salt, and lime. Late July, bring out the good chips.